I do this shit for the love of the game. Ass jerky don't make itself. Sorry. It's showtime.
Here I am muted for like 30 seconds, like a jackass. Welcome to Tgan Live, episode 11. Episode 12. What episode is it? Episode 12. I started randomly giving my episodes a number earlier this year. Because I did a bunch of episodes last year, but I didn't stop counting the episode numbers until recent. So there's probably more episodes than that. I just don't know how many. So what up, what up? Today's Tgan Live. We're going to talk about the Mass Effect rewrites which just have been announced this past week. So perhaps the Mass Effect show on Prime could be in trouble. I finally saw the Mario Galaxy movie last Sunday. I already put up a review video, so I don't know how much I'm really going to talk about that. I'm not really sure how to just review something live like that. But I gave it a 6.5, and now I'm looking back on it. I said maybe that's a bit too high. More like I probably should have just gave it a 6. A 6.5 is actually a little too high, to be honest. It wasn't bad, but like a lot of reviews have said, it was basically non-stop, which is true. It was pretty much just a barrage of madness for 90 minutes. And then as abruptly as it started, it ended. So I'm trying to find the best article to go by for this new report on what exactly happened. Alright, I'm just going to start with this one. We're here on Inverse. The title is Amazon's Mass Effect show is getting major rewrites for one controversial reason. The first article on this barely even talked about it, so it seems like a lot of people might be extrapolating stuff that's not 100% true yet. Because there's one article by some site called the Ankler, which barely touched on it, and yet everyone. Yeah, this is the initial article that started it all on April 1st. Peter Friedlander is remaking Amazon TV. What's taking so long? People are mystified 6 months in about the agenda as agents grow restless for the streamer to start buying again. By Leslie Goldberg. You don't want to be 6 months in and not have people able to tell agents what to bring in, one agency source says of Peter Friedlander's tenure so far. I wrote about why Netflix is buying so many shows right now, decoded Dana Walden's Disney TV reorg. Reported on who slayed the Buffy Vampire Slayer reboot. So they canceled that? And mapped the org chart. What is this org chart? Org chart from hell. I guess it just means organizational chart or something. It's quiet at Amazon. Back in 2018, 4 months after Jennifer Salk replaced Roy Price as head of Amazon Films and TV business, the former NBC Entertainment president had already filled out her executive ranks and ordered Jordan Peele's Hunters, Gillian Flynn's Utopia. Gillian Flynn, isn't that the woman who wrote Gone Girl, I think? Utopia and an anthology Modern Love, before outlining her plans to spend $4.5 billion of Jeff Bezos' money. Cut to today, more than 6 months after Netflix longtime head of US and Canadian scripted series, Peter Friedlander was named head of global television. Hollywood is still waiting to learn his vision for the streamer. Since his October 6th start date, the well-regarded executive has yet to firm up his team as he unspools the messy Prime Video corporate structure Salk left behind. He has greenlit a pair of long gestating originals, including I Can Report exclusively a reboot of MGM's RoboCop. Okay, that got my attention. I freaking love RoboCop, but what does that mean? A reboot? A show reboot? That could be interesting. And turn the previous regime's past into a series order for Emily V. Gordon and Kamal Nanjiani's Sex Criminals. Isn't that his wife, Emily V. Jordan? Yeah, that's his wife. Kamal Nanjiani's wife. Yeah, they did that movie, The Big Sick, together, and it's a good movie. It's a start, to be sure, but Friedlander still hasn't announced ahead of scripted the most important step in fully building out his team, even with Peter coming in. It's a Byzantine place to get a straight answer of what the vision is and who to take stuff to. A lit agent tells me. It's chaotic and confusing. Just as Salk was tasked with preparing Prime Video's corporate culture after Price was pushed out amid allegations of inappropriate behavior. Wow, what a surprise. Friedlander has been hard at work repairing morale, having inherited a team that has been through more reorganizations than even Marie Kondo could handle. I don't know who that is. Still, people are mystified by the sheer amount of time it's taken, says a second agent who covers Amazon. 6 months in, there's still no clear vision, and that's unusual. To better understand Friedlander's approach to the platform and its 200 million global subscribers, and the hopeful signs and possible red flags for the creative community, I spoke with agents, insiders familiar with Amazon's business, execs, and showrunners who have projects at the streamer. Maybe there's more to this post that I can't read because this annoying pay shit, because there's nothing in here about the rewriting. It's like, why would you block the rest of the article when people are going to release it anyways? It's like, basically, this is the setup of the article, and then the main article you got to sign up for, and that's bullshit. People who block articles behind paywalls is just dumb. Like, it's going to come out anyways. Someone's going to read it and report on it, and you can read it for free somewhere else. Today, why Freelander still hasn't named a number 2 and who's not in the mix despite rumors. Inside his effort to flatten Amazon's bloated structure, and who's been pushed out. So this article doesn't say anything about the rewrites. So if you want to read more about it, I guess you got to pay. And I don't want to do that. I don't fucking pay to read someone's shit. I just want to pick the best article to read about it, and there's not the best one that I can read. What's Reddit saying? Eurogamer.net. I don't know. Over here on Eurogamer, Mass Effect TV show ordered to rewrite scripts and make them more appealing to non-gamers. 130 comments, damn. Amazon has allegedly asked for TV adaptation of Mass Effect to be rewritten to make it more appealing to non-gamers, which is the big sentence that no one likes to see. See, they actually point to that same article I was just on, but like I said, we can't finish reading it because they greedy ass motherfuckers. According to the Ankler, which reports that the new head of Global TV is asked to read the scripts of all in development projects before awarding that all-important confirmatory green light. So the Mass Effect show hasn't even officially been greenlit. As noted by IGN, this leaves the drama sci-fi series on the verge of a full order, leaving the production and us in limbo while we await a decision. It's not clear what aspects of the script Freelander thinks could put off those coming into the franchise for the first time. Amazon's Mass Effect TV adaptation was officially announced in November 2024. Last summer, it was revealed the Mass Effect series would be helmed by many of the team behind Amazon's Fallout show, which is great news. The incredibly successful game to TV adaptation that notably takes inspiration from the games without following them directly. Casting details also leaked towards the end of last year. I never heard about that. I'm going to look into that. A young Colin Farrell type male, 30 to 39, with open ethnicity. A female co-lead alien character requiring prosthetics, 34-39. A female human providing a parallel narrative from Earth. A Doug Jones type male villain. And a male wrestler type soldier. 30 to 49, that's a pretty big gap there. 40 to 60. Amazon has provided no details about the show's story, so it's unclear whether it will be based on BioWare's original Mass Effect trilogy or focus on entirely new characters in the same universe. As fans attempted to match existing characters with the casting call, the Colin Farrell type proved the most controversial. Fans have guessed this could be a male Commander Shepard, protagonist of the original trilogy, but this would suggest male Shep is canon over the female Shep. So casting details were leaked. Mass Effect TV series casting calls leak, sparking speculation. This was like from September last year, so bad on me for missing out on this. Casting details for Amazon's forthcoming Mass Effect series has leaked, with fans speculating on which. Yeah, this is another guy, Daniel Rickman, who locks his stuff behind a paywall. As shared by Entertainment Insider, Daniel Rickman, 5 casting calls have leaked. These are a young Colin Farrell type male, 30-39, with open ethnicity, like we already said. So that could be your male Shep. A female co-lead alien character, so that could be Arya or whatever her name was. What was her name again? That female woman a female alien, or they looked female, though they technically were like non-gender. She was the one that like everyone really liked from the games. I can't remember. I can't remember her name now. A female human providing a parallel narrative from Earth. So that could be the Ashley type character. If you play the games, you know who Ashley is. A Doug Jones type male villain, and that could be, you know, the male villain from the first game. My mind is blocking on all of these characters' names now. I forget. Besides Commander Shepard and Ashley. Bad on me for looking this up, but I forget. James Vega. Why are they starting with James Vega when he's not even in the first game? Film protagonist? What film? There's no film. What are you talking about? Mass Effect, an iOS tie-in game. Never played that one. Caden Alenko. There's Ashley. Garrus Valkyrian. What's the one I'm still trying to find? Liara. Right there. Liara Tassoni. That could be the female alien type character they're talking about. She's one of the beloved characters. So that could be her, but like, is it gonna be her or someone like her? Like, are they gonna have an actual Commander Shepard? Will their name be Commander Shepard, or could it be a completely different timeline or years? So right here, yeah, Amazon provided no details, so it's unclear if it will be based on the original trilogy or will focus on entirely new characters in the same universe. Still, these vague character descriptions have provided enough for fans to speculate on. In particular, right, it was right there. I could have just kept reading, but you know, in particular, the female Coley alien seems primed to be fan favorite blue alien Liara Tassoni. The Colin Farrell male type could prove more controversial. Fans have guessed this could be male Commander Shepard, a protagonist of the original trilogy, but this would assume male Shep has canon over the female option. See, that's gonna be controversial now. Like, okay, why did you pick a male character instead of a female? It'd be funny if, like, the beginning of the show, you had the option to choose on yourself. Do you want to watch the show with the female or a male? That means they would have had to remake the show twice with a male character and a female character. That would be a cool idea, though. But yeah, it would double the timing of the production. Many fans prefer FemShep due to the performance of voice actor Jennifer Hale, who's an absolute legend. And is actually from Newfoundland, where I'm from, which is kind of insane because I didn't know that. But if you know Jennifer Hale, yeah, she's Canadian. That's insane. That she was born in Happy Valley Goose Bay, from Newfoundland, Labrador, where I'm from. I'm from Newfoundland. That's cool. She doesn't have an accent at all, so good on her. So people liked FemShep just because of how good Jennifer Hale was. I liked the male actor well. I thought he was great. He had a really great voice. And I don't know if I've heard him very much in any other games. I don't know if you hear the noise from outside, but I have my balcony door open. I always have it open if it's warm enough out. So Amazon needs to tread carefully with the TV show if it's following the games and intends to cement certain story decisions. Shepard's gender especially. The female human on Earth is an interesting prospect, considering the only similar characters in the games. Huh? Captain Anderson? Are you shitting me? You have no idea who Ashley is? Like, to me, that's clearly they're talking about Ashley. That's just straight up who she is. A female human providing a parallel narrative on Earth. That was her entire role in the games, was to offer the human side of every argument. Why on earth would it be Captain Anderson when it says female? Like, that's just a dumb thing to say. Some fans have suggested journalist Emily Wong. No, she wasn't in there long enough. While one proposed femshep could still exist in the same universe, like the twins in Andromeda. I never played Andromeda, so I wouldn't know. Saren from Mass Effect 1. Yeah, that's Saren. That's who I was trying to think of too, to play the Doug Jones type male villain. Doug Jones being that guy who always plays like completely makeup out characters. That's what he's known for. So Saren from Mass Effect 1 could fit the bill for a Doug Jones type villain. The actor is known for his non-human roles in Shape of Water and Hellboy, while the male wrestler type could certainly be described as James Vega. But mostly important of all, who's playing games? Of course, this could all be entirely incorrect if Amazon chooses a story separate to the games, though you'd surely anticipate the team leaning on familiarity with the games, at least for marketing purposes. Back in July, it was revealed the Mass Effect series would be helmed by many of the team behind the Fallout show. It was proven particularly successful and notably takes inspiration from the games without following them directly. Amazon's Mass Effect TV adaptation was officially announced in November last year. Why do they announce things if they're not actually greenlit? It's like, you announce it, but until it's greenlit, you don't know. It could get canceled. I feel like that's the thing they just shouldn't do. Don't announce it unless it's been greenlit. At the start of this year, Eurogamer spoke with Jennifer Hale, who stated the game's original cast should return for the series, even if it's just for cameos. That's just her opinion, I guess. I think they'd be really smart to pull as much of the original cast into the show, in cameos and Easter eggs, and recurring and regular roles as possible. I think that would be an absolutely genius move. So I'll look over to this article. Each article links to another article, so that's good. This one's from January of last year. So another article I missed out on. Apologies. Apologies for my lack of my job. For my lack of whatever. Mass Effect original cast should return for the show, Shepard voice actor Jennifer Hale says. In November last year, Amazon officially announced a Mass Effect show. Now, voice actor Jennifer Hale has told Eurogamer she'd love to be part of it and believes the original cast should be involved too. You will always get a yes vote from me on Shepard coming back in any form, said Hale. Such a gift, and it's a gift I will always be extremely joyful to receive. Of course. Developing such choice-driven narrative into a singular TV series would have consequences. For starters, would Shepard be male or female? I never supposed to tell creators what to do, said Hale. The only thing I must say about that TV series is I want to play any capacity. They'll probably have her somewhere as maybe just a side character or a tertiary character, something like that. Hale confirmed she'd prefer femshep to be canon on the show, but she's also keen for the rest of the game's cast to join in some capacity. I think they'd be really smart to pull as much as the real cast in the show. I think that would be a genius move. She continued, the voice acting community are some of the most brilliant performers I've ever met. They're the most gifted, hardworking, adept, skilled people I've ever met in my life in the acting field. So I'm ready for the smart production company that stops overlooking that gold mine. I fully volunteer to be on the show. So, I hope they hear that. What's more, there's a new Mass Effect game in development that's set to continue the original story, with at least one fan favorite character returning, but would Hale like to see Shepard also return? I have no idea what to expect, she said, except I'd love to be there. That's all I'm gonna say. Hey team, wherever you are in any capacity, I'd love to be there. Over the weekend, BioWare project director Mike Gamble responded to discussions of the Paragon Renegade morality system, with many fans speculating it'll return. So they were probably interviewing with her about something else, and then that came up. Oh damn, this is old. 2022, talking about Mass Effect 5. Proceeding very well. In 2022? Well, then what's going on? It's been like 4 years. How is it not ready yet? It's been in development for over 4 years, and you still have nothing to show us. What's that about? What's that about? Oh. What is Reddit saying? It's always fun to just read what Reddit is saying over here about things. Oh, first reply. Oof! Well, absolutely no way this will backfire and tank the show. This is in the television part. Well, Reddit has its own Mass Effect section as well. Probably has a BioWare one. A Reaper must have indoctrinated whoever is responsible for ordering this rewrite. Life is a mystery. Music's not even turned on. Had to take a little break there for a second for all the people that aren't watching. I know you feel this, Shepard. Goddamn Harbinger, you're supposed to show up until the last season. This needs to be in the show. Surely this will go well. Halo had no issues retaining viewership, right? Follow, on the other hand, appealed too much to the core base fan. Huh? Well, that's not true. Fallout will forever be the new standard, no matter what. To take a game and then distill it down into its own story, but still be Fallout, you know. I will die on that hill. Fallout is the best game adaptation of all time. So I don't know what to think about this just yet, because it might not be a bad thing. I'm not going to immediately doom and gloom like everybody does in the community of gaming. As soon as they hear something like this, they just freak out. But it is on the verge of being greenlit, so does that mean they're going to just do whatever this Freelander guy wants, and then the show is going to be made? I'm just seeing if any other article says anything different or new or interesting. Mass Effect inherently seems to be sort of a universe that's rife for small screen adaptation, juicy political drama, multiple steamy romances, impossible love triangles, lots of action, some devastating tragedy, and a sprinkling of comedy. There's not enough comedy in the games, I don't think. Though it's a pretty serious type story, so it's almost Game of Thrones but with aliens. And there's nothing much in BioWare's RPG that I can imagine is inaccessible to your regular Prime audience, unless they turn Morden's song into an episode-long musical. You wouldn't have, I'd have a problem with it. Episode-long musical? I would just skip that. I fucking hate musicals. Regardless, if Amazon is dead set on smoothing out Mass Effect's gamey edges, I hope the show writers follow Fallout's lead by remixing what made the series special. See, these are the new comparisons now of like how to do it right, Fallout, how to do it wrong, Halo. They tried to fix it in season 2 of Halo. It was a lot better than season 1, I thought, but it was too late. Matt Brown seems to think that they're never seeing the light of day, considering it hasn't been green lit yet. I don't know, Matt Brown. What does that mean? I voted for Andromeda because I played it after all the bug fixes were done and really liked how the gameplay had evolved. Hey guys, let's look at the wildly successful Fallout show on our own network, which closely follows the games, and then do the opposite. Well, that's just about all I can say about that topic. I got about 40 minutes out of it. That's pretty good. But just the other day, they dropped a Mortal Kombat 2 trailer teaser, which I'm still working on a video about. I'm slowly editing a video, but they dropped another trailer as the movie starts. The movie comes out in less than a month. Whoa. What the fuck, man? Was that you? Why did you do that? The cat just knocked over my light. Leave it alone. It's like Jesus. It's not like it's a new thing. It's been around here before. I don't know why you're going to suddenly do that. But yeah, let's check out this brand new trailer for the Mortal Kombat 2 Moada.
Remember, if you fail, the earth fails with you.
Uno
Uno
mas.
mas, thanks, Ed. Sub-Zero, I am reborn.
So yeah, brand new trailer just came out. A lot of we've already seen. This was in the first trailer, so this isn't anything new. Though this part over here still gets me with Evelyn Crawford, and it's like this woman is signing a comic that's about that those birds. What is those bird group called? You can see the Huntress. So there's a bizarre DC connection here that I'm not seeing, other than the fact that Warner Brothers owns Mortal Kombat and DC, at least for now. So I'm not trying to. I don't understand this crossover that they're going for. But this is a huge shot that I broke down before in another video of how Johnny is clearly some washed up actor. He's at a expo and no one cares about his stuff. No one's buying his movies or his shades. One of his old movies is playing on a crappy old TV. You got a box full of movies that no one's buying. And the cosplay fixing station is funny to have right behind them. That's where people go to like fix their cosplay if something happens to it while they're hanging around on the game show floor or the expo floor. So I want to learn more about this, but it's not like they're going to explain it in the movie when it comes out. But why is there someone who writes the Huntress comic right next to Johnny? Something that I forgot to point out in another video was that this is Hanzo, or Scorpion, and he's using his rake. His rake has his little hook blades on it. Those are the Scorpion blades at the end of the rope. The hook rope or the chain, whatever he uses. So this is one of those shots that I still don't understand, because from what I understand, Hanzo is been banished to like hell basically, or what they call it, the other realm or the nether realm. Yet somehow Johnny and Kano are here to talk to him. But are they actually there? Or is he talking to them? I don't. This part is confusing, but you can see he's in hell essentially, where he's been banished since the last movie. We see Sonya Blade, but I don't know what's going on with her. Is that who she's seeing? So this is likely Sub-Zero after the last movie. It's hard to see who it is up close, but they had this in the last trailer as well. Though this is Sub-Zero likely resurrecting or coming back to life, or now coming back to life as Noob Sable. Sable. Here's Johnny getting his ass kicked by Baraka. This is probably Johnny's first fight. I've analyzed these trailers so much that I'm pretty sure I already know the movie beat for beat, which is on me. I just watch so many movies and understand story structure, so it's like trailers straight up just follow the structure of the movie anyways. It's a mini version of the movie, and it follows the same structure as a movie would. So Johnny's here fighting Baraka, getting his butt kicked, but is he gonna actually win the fight? And here Liu Kang is saying something about if we lose one more time, then Earth is done. So they need to win this tournament to save Earth. They have to literally save the world by winning this tournament. And if they don't, Shao Kahn takes over. So this would be Raiden and Sonya showing up out of nowhere and being like, hey, we need your help. And Johnny's like, that's insanity. He's driving an old Mustang. That's like a 90s Mustang right there. Raiden opening a portal, which is a thing I didn't know you could do. Like open long distance portals. Like in the game, you can open a portal in the middle of a fight through short distance to like go behind somebody or whatever. But here he's like opening a portal to like a different realm. So I don't know the newer games to know if that's a thing he can do anyways. Johnny's looking at the portal. He's like, do I walk through? Could this be the change in my life I've been waiting for? Is this my actual destiny? Yeah. Into it. And Sonya's just looking at him like, what's going on? So this here is the scene where I believe Kitana's dad fights Shao Kahn. There's a pretty clear full shot of Shao Kahn looking pretty badass, and he's got his gigantic hammer right there. His gigantic spiked hammer with a waffle maker on the end. So if he wants to make waffles after fighting someone, he can. But this Shao Kahn looks way less human than the others. The others, he'll still have part of his human face will show under the actual mask. But here, he has a full mask that covers his whole face, and his eyes are glowing red. So is this some type of demon version of Shao Kahn? I don't know. I don't play the games. But his skin is all rough and like discolored. So like, is this some type of zombie resurrected from the dead version? And this movie looks significantly better than the first one. I'm telling you, this is going to be the best Mortal Kombat movie ever made. Like, I love the first one, but it's cheesy as balls. But I still love the first 90s Mortal Kombat movie, but this could be like way better. The fighting looks way better. There's way more actual tournament fighting, which even you can see they're doing the side by side. That's similar to what the games look like. They're fighting each other in the same camera angle that they are in the games. Everyone's fighting Shao Kahn, and everyone looks like they're getting their ass kicked. This scene here between Liu Kang and Kung Lao looks pretty sick. And this is some type of demon version of Kung Lao, because he died in the last movie. So he's been resurrected, and now he's evil, apparently. But I don't know why Liu Kang's wearing a red suit. That's just weird. It just makes me think of Ken from Street Fighter. Now, tickets on sale now. So finally, after delaying it from October, which I don't know, I thought it was a dumb idea, but moving it to early May is essentially the beginning of the summer blockbuster. So they want to be essentially the first summer blockbuster of the year. And they're getting out ahead of Street Fighter 2. Though Street Fighter 2 started production way later, but Street Fighter 2 is supposed to come out later this year in October, and I'm interested in seeing that one as well. Or Street Fighter, not Street Fighter 2, but this part is like, I don't get it. I think this is just an edit for the video, the trailer, because like Kung Lao's hat comes out of nowhere and then lands on his head. So yeah, I don't think that's actually happening in the movie, but I guess maybe in the later games Kung Lao can actually do that and catch his hat on his head. But that doesn't make sense because he has a strap on the side of his head. So this strap is what keeps the helmet on. So like, what does that mean? The helmet just like, I don't know. That's kind of like a continuity error or something there. Johnny and Kano. So Kano looks like he's on the good side again, but I don't trust him. I don't know why they would trust him, considering last movie he betrayed him like 4 times. So if they're gonna trust him again, that seems kind of dumb. Or maybe he's just like still bad, but he's like, we all trying to accomplish the same thing. So for now, let's just work together, enemy of my enemy type thing. But here, Kano says something about using your power.
Be a good time to use those powers, mate. You wanna know my power?
So it's like, does Johnny actually get his own power like in the previous movies where Kano got the eye thing and Sonya got her ring thing, but it was like an arcana thing. It wasn't a power that they designed to have it in the games. They changed it for the movie. But will Johnny get his own internal arcanon type power? And will it be him throwing green orbs at people or doing the shadow kick? Because the split nut punch, you don't need special powers to do that. That's just something you can do. Anyone who's flexible enough could do that. So, will his power be a real power, or will his power just be him believing in himself? Because that's straight up what they're showing right here. I am Johnny Cage.
Oh, well.
Yeah, but like, I feel like they're revealing too much in this trailer. Raiden is fighting Shang Tsung, but I don't think Shang Tsung's going to be in the movie that much. He was the antagonist in the last movie. But here, I don't think he's going to be. Shao Kahn's obviously the main antagonist, so. You got Sub-Zero with his double hook shot. And this is like Noob Saibon, the devil version of Sub-Zero, basically. This is the scene where Katana's dad is fighting Shao Kahn and he gets killed. Which is spoiler, but here's Katana, who seems to be like dual protagonist story almost, fighting Jade. But in the story, Jade is supposed to be essentially Katana's like assistant, or they grew up together, so they're like sisters. So is this training? Are they fighting for real or just training fighting? I think it's training fighting. This annoying shot of Jack saying damn.
Damn.
To me, that's just kind of like super cliche. Like, yeah, have the black guy say something like damn. That's very cliche. This scene here, I think, is a test. This isn't a real fight between Katana and Johnny. This is them testing Johnny, I think, to see how much of a good of a fighter he actually is. Because they're likely on the same side. So I don't think this is an enemy fight. This is her or them testing Johnny to see how he does, or how he handles himself. Probably not very well, because he's like, I don't want to hit a girl. In the other trailer, he said, like, I don't want to hit a girl. And then Katana's like, don't worry, you won't. Very cliche line. So here's the part where I think that it could be the beginning of the movie, or if I think what Johnny does is he decides he doesn't want it. This is nuts. He needs like, send me back to Earth. They send him back to Earth, but then he's sitting there like, why did I come back for? There's nothing here for me either. So he either changes his mind on his own, or Raiden shows up and gives him a pep talk, and then he ends up going back to finish the tournament and likely win, I guess. But then the huge Easter egg that I really wish they didn't revealed here.
Uno mas, thanks, Ed.
See that? That's a big Easter egg that I don't understand why they decided to ruin it in the trailer. You could easily just keep that for the movie, and it'd be a nice surprise. Like if I saw the movie and didn't know that was happening, and I'd be in the theater or whatever, I'd be like, "Oh, look, it's Ed Boon." Ed Boon, one of the co-creators of Mortal Kombat. So that's a pretty big spoiler, and I'm annoyed that they put that in a trailer, because now it's robbed me of the excitement of seeing that in the actual movie. So I don't get why you'd put an Easter egg like that in a trailer. That's just stupid. More Katana beating up Johnny. This shot here I don't understand, because it's like, why is it partly Liu Kang throwing a flame at Kung Lao, then it transfers to this? So like, is that actually what happens in the movie? Is like Liu Kang somehow fighting two people on two different planes, realms at the same time? Not sure. I feel like they're editing things into this that's not really in the movie. They're just doing it to stylize the trailer. Begins. More like the marketing begins. I didn't notice the Kino check thing was backwards. I don't know. Weird thing was I couldn't find a version of this trailer on any official Mortal Kombat or Warner Brothers channels. I thought that was weird. Oh, here we have Cole Young. They show him for a second, and he seems to be actually hurting Shao Kahn. Like, that looks like Shao Kahn. Like, everybody in the entire movie fights him, and the only one that looks like it hurts him is the lamest character. Like, he's clearly bleeding out of his face there. So, like, I don't know. Or does Cole Young just happen to get in one good hit? Is this Jade? This shot's really cool, her spinning her blade right in his face, but, like, he clearly has a metal mask. So he's a metal mask with glowing red eyes. Alright, this here's a new reveal of Quan Chi. They showed Quan Chi for a split second. And I don't think I even knew he was going to be in this until I was looking at the actual cast. Okay, the Kino check thing is back to normal again. Anyways, I shouldn't be noticing that. But why Jade and Katana's there, I don't understand. Because I thought Quan Chi was a bad guy. So I feel like Jade and Katana are on the side of good. So are they on his side? Were they on his side and switched to the good side? Are they undercover or whatever? Maybe Quan Chi isn't a bad guy. I don't know in this version. I don't know the history of Quan Chi at all. So, pretty sure he was only ever a bad guy. We've seen that shot before of Kung Lao with his hat. Jax with his new arms. I'm sure his arms have been upgraded since the last movie. And Shao Kahn kicking someone else's butt. Shao Kahn's basically kicking everyone's ass. But here it looks like Sonya is falling down a spike pit. So yeah, she looks like someone threw her down a spike pit. So just like the games. And then this shot of Baraka stabbing the ground right between Johnny's bowels. You can see he's wearing the Nikes over here. Those look like the Jumpmans or low cut Air Force Ones maybe. This fight between Baraka and Johnny, so likely Johnny's first real fight of the entire movie. This could be the point where this happened and then he's like, fuck this, I'm going back to Earth. Or maybe it happened after. Perhaps Johnny goes back to Earth before he has any real fight. After they tell him what's happening and he's like, this is insanity. I'm not staying here. He goes back and then he goes back there and then he fights Baraka. And here's another shot of Noob Saban. It looks like these shots are like so quick. I mean, definitely like a lot of action in this. But you can see how Shao Kahn's skin is kind of rough and spiked. Yeah, I hear alarms a lot. And there's Baraka looking pretty crazy with his mouth full of teeth. You got multiple rows of teeth. He's like a shark. I am Baraka. Is that fully CGI or half makeup, half CGI? I'd say it's like half makeup and the mouth is like also kind of makeup, but they CGI'd it to work better. That's what I believe. This is Noob Saban, I think. There's somebody else here that Sub-Zero or Scorpion's fighting, and I don't know who it is. There's two people there. One of them's Noob, but who's the other? I'm not sure. I think that's Noob, but who's that? I don't know. The armor does look kind of blue, as if Sub-Zero blue, but... But as you can see, it has the like thighs or whatever they call them that were in the later games where you could pull out a weapon mid combo. They first did that in like Mortal Kombat 3. I'm not sure if it was 3 or the next one, the trilogy. But they added the ability to use weapons or to pick up things in the later games and throw people into stuff. But here we see that Scorpion has this like rope chain that has like hooks that come out on the end, so is that something from the later games as well? I don't know. Never played the ones to know if that's a thing that's actually used. I don't know who this other person is. I don't know. Could I cheat and look it up on IMDb? Mortal Kombat cast. Been on for an hour. So Joe Taslim is the guy playing Behan or Sub-Zero or Noob Saibon. So who could be the other person that's fighting him? Stephen Craig? No. See, that's who's playing Quan Chi, Damon Harriman, he's like an Australian white guy, and he's playing. I guess it doesn't matter, but he generally always plays bad guys. Cole Young, fuck you, Lewis. So I don't know who's the other person that's fighting. It doesn't look like they're showing it. I don't know. Maybe he's like duplicated himself, and there's two of them. Maybe it's an ice version of himself. In other games, he can make ice versions of himself as like a distraction. So maybe that's what he did. He cloned himself mid-fight. That's just me guessing. But here, cool shot of him knocking them both off their feet. So there's going to be way more fighting in this, which is awesome. I think it's going to be way more frenetic. The last movie has a couple of slow moments that they could have just like not had. You can see him like flipping them both around, and he's essentially doing like some breakdancing shit. So yeah, this one looks way, way, way better. I have some faith, high hopes. I think it's gonna be the best Mortal Kombat movie to ever be made. That is what I think. Yo, that's what I was thinking. Thanks for confirming. I don't know the later. Thanks for being here. First off, Noble. I don't know if you're in Ray show earlier, but D1 timed me out like a loser. So then I was like, well, there's no point in being here anymore, and I had to start my show. But thanks for being here. Shadow Clone. That's kind of what I thought. I don't know the lore of the later games, so I was actually looking up who would that be, and then I was like, well, maybe he just like cloned himself. So I just came up with that. That's how smart I am. I figured it out on my own, and then you confirmed it like 3 seconds later. Who timed you out? Oh, if D1, on Ray show, him and I got beef now, so he's the mod. And they turned off my mod. I used to be a mod there, I think. I was a mod on Ray's. Now suddenly I'm not. But yeah, he just like deletes all my posts in Discord and fucks with them. And I left Discord, and then he's all like, he quit Discord. I was like, fuck that guy. Why? Who timed me out? Why? Because I was talking shit about America because I'm very angry at America right now. And no offense, because you live there, but he doesn't like that, and I honestly don't blame him from that, but I don't regret or take back anything I say, so. But I need to find a new topic. I don't know. I thought maybe you're on the show earlier. He's still on live. Right? I think he's still live right now, but I'm doing my show, so maybe you were in the chat earlier. Maybe you weren't. But yeah, I was saying stuff, and then I couldn't say. I got timed out, and like usually they time you out for 5 minutes, but no, I was just timed out permanently. Couldn't type anything, so then I just came to do my show anyways. What's going on with you? What's up? How was your Easter? What's up? There was something else I was gonna look up. Game adaptation news. I was there for the Paris bit. Yeah, I was there. I had said some things, and I don't know. Suddenly, I just couldn't type. Like everything I typed would just not show up, and I was like, "Wow!" And then he's there, and D's actually talking shit about me, not to my face, not like he didn't say my name out loud, but he was saying shit, and then I'm like, I couldn't even defend myself because you blocked me. I was like, that's just pussy shit. Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, Easter is just whatever. It's got good chocolate. I like Easter. I'm not a religious person, but I went to my brother's for Easter and ate some good food. So it's more about that, not the whole religious thing or whatever you want to look at it. There was some new gaming news that I wanted to talk about, like actual Xbox console news, but now I forget what it was. Xbox console news. Other than the fact of like how good Asha Shimer's doing. Xbox Wire would be a good place to start. Actually, I could talk about the new Starfield DLC, but I haven't really had a chance to play it yet. I love Starfield, and I was playing some of it, but I couldn't get the actual new DLC to start. Forza Horizon 6 is coming out soon. Yeah, I don't really see Easter as religious. Well, I mean, technically it is for the reason it exists, but I don't celebrate it in that way. But didn't you know that that's the day that Jesus died? Didn't you know that? And then Christmas was the day that Jesus was resurrected. I was raised Roman Catholic, so I just know that shit. I don't want to know that shit. I just know that shit. The most recent news, 3-on-3 Freestyle's new career mode. What's that? 3-on-3 Freestyle? Is that kind of like NBA Street? Because I love that game. They should bring back NBA Street. What's some free-to-play game? So it's like some free-to-play basketball, like blacktop court. Well, that's cool. But I'm looking for strictly Xbox news, really. New games for April 13th to 17th. Replace is finally coming out. I could care less about Hades 2. People seem to like that one. Don't really care for Hades 2. This is the one I'm excited for, Replaced. That's the one that's been delayed a million times. The Ukrainian dev who, understandably reasons, as there's still a stinking war going on over there. And yeah, Slava in Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine. And it's coming to Game Pass, but I'm like, my Game Pass expires soon. It expires like a couple days, so I don't know. Maybe I can just get it, blast through it in a day or two, or maybe I'll turn it on for 5 minutes and be bored of it. Like, even if I'm looking forward to it, if I find it boring, I'm not going to keep playing it. Uncover the sinister secrets of Phoenix Corporation through the eyes of its own creation. Reach. What does Reach stand for? An AI trapped in a human body against its will. Replaces a 2.5 cinematic action platformer wrapped in an intense cyberpunk thriller narrative. Run, climb, and fight through crumbling districts in central wastelands and neon-lit alleys with fluid management and fluid movement and fast responsive combat. Chain precise melee strikes into with satisfying ranged attacks to take on enemies in high-intensity encounters while keeping the flow of explorations. So what's today's Saturday? It comes out on the 14th. That's like Tuesday, right? Yeah. But I can't pre-install it. I don't understand why in Game Pass some games you can pre-install, some games you can't. I can't pre-install Replace. So I gotta wait for it to come out and then install on my slow-ass internet. Absalom? No, I didn't play that. That's in Game Pass though, right? I think I saw it in there, but I didn't play it. I got like my own show running on my TV right behind me. Isn't that great? Coffee's done. All out of coffee. But Replace is one of my most anticipated games of the year, along with Fable. This is one that looks cool, but I haven't really looked into it enough. People are saying some cool things about it, but April 14th, April 24th to April 17th. Why are you guys going back in time? Mouse PI for hire. I don't think this one's coming to Game Pass, which I wish it was. Oh, it's not. Because this one looks really cool, but I basically don't buy new games anymore, though it is $30, which is good. It's not full price. And it looks really cool, but I pretty much just don't buy games on release anymore, or if they're not in Game Pass. Game Pass got me ruined for that. If it's not coming in Game Pass, I don't want to play it now, and that's just their fault for trending that into me. Find my frogs. So yeah, April 16th. So I mean, $30 isn't that bad, but that's probably $30 American. It'll be like more for me. Cthulhu: The Cosmic Abyss. I haven't even heard of that game. More AI. Like, there's so many games now that just have AI companions. Like, they just set up here in replace that there's an AI thingy happening. Before I Go, April 13th. Never heard of that. So it's a punishing Metroidvania where you embody the innocence of an inner child. In an allegorical odyssey towards death acceptance. That sounds exciting. Spire Blast. So yeah, not all these are coming to Game Pass, but to me it's just like, not coming to Game Pass, don't care. And that's their fault. But I would hate if they got rid of it. They keep talking about they might get rid of it. I was like, well then, any game I'd want to play, I'd have to buy or just wait for all of them to go on sale. And then just play my backlog. City Transport Simulator. Experience the most immersive bus and train simulation yet. Dynamic city that reacts to every decision. Manage your fleet, plane routes, explore a richly detailed European-inspired metropolis like never before. Okay. Claim the Forest. It's like, at least they show every single game, whether you've heard of it or not. Find my frogs. Pengalo. Bounce your penguin with precision as you master brain-teasing stages. Death by Scrolling. Welcome to Death by Scrolling, an action game set in the chaotic depths of purgatory, now under new management. Urban Shadow Legacy is a fast-paced stealth platformer where you become Ayana, the last descendant of a forgotten race. Harness mystical shadow powers, high-tech gadgets, and avoid or kill to uncover the truth about your past. The key to saving a dying, morally gray universe? What will be your legacy be? What is a game you're looking forward to this year, Noble Bull? Let me know. Ground Zero. I feel like there's already a game called Ground Zero. A retro survival horror set in post-apocalyptic South Korea. So this must be a Korean dev if they're putting it in Korea. 2 months later, as the dust and lightning storm settle and the air becomes breathable, an elite Korean operative and a Canadian partner are set to investigate. Pragmata and a game called Mariachi Legends? Mariachi? That sounds hilarious. Like an actual mariachi, like Mexican, like guitar player or whatever. In the distant future, mankind has discovered volatile sources. I'm gonna look that up now. Mariachi legends. Mariachi. Legends. Mexican Metroidvania. Alright, I'm gonna watch the trailer.
Salías del templo un día, llorona, cuando al pasar yo te vi. Salías del templo un día, llorona, cuando al pasar yo te vi. Hermoso vivir llevabas, llorona, que hasta la Virgen te creí. Hermoso vivir llevabas, llorona, que hasta la Virgen te creí.
It looks a lot like Replace, actually, like the style of it, with like that 2.5D style. That's the most recent trailer. So yeah, that's what Replace looks like, and it looks similar to what your game looked like. Mariachi. It looks cool. I mean, what I don't know what kind of game it is. Is it like a roguelite or Metroidvania or whatever they call it? A Roguelovania? Replaced looks pretty dope. Yeah, that one and Fable are the ones I'm really looking forward to the most. But Fables isn't until fall. I don't think they have an official release date yet. Probably November or October. Wait, what was I looking at? Yeah, there's actually kind of a lot of games for this week. Though a lot of them are just games no one's heard of. They release a lot of stuff that no one pays attention to. Like, how do these games even make money? No one's heard of them. Everyone is looking for the big name games, not like Smash It Wild. Like, what the hell is that? Tactical volleyball roguelike? Fuck does that even mean? What's a tactical volleyball game? Huh. Okay, that's actual style tactical that I kind of like, though. That's weird. It was a tactical roguelike volleyball. I give them points for originality. I don't know. That could be a good game. Starward. 3D fighting with mecha girls and classic GVG. What does that mean? Under par golf architect. You can build a golf court. How exciting is that? I wish there was more out there for Mouse PI though. Like other than a trailer or two, we've barely seen anything from it.
There's something rotten at the heart of it.
Holy shit.
Crooks beware. Detective Pepper's in the house.
Jack Pepper.
There are those who would bend the city to their will,
Dumb wise guys and fake cheese wheels.
and those who do anything to save it.
They won't even know what hit them. Oh boy. Here we go.
Why? Holy fucking shit. Why do they do that? I turned it down and let it stay down. Apologies for how loud that probably is for me.
There's something at the heart of Mouseburg.
It's like every video I gotta lower the volume.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NBC Express, the only shopping channel with no delays, no refunds, and no paperwork whatsoever. Today we're presenting you with a brand new line of Roman
This looks new.
Don't wait too long, they're going fast. Feeling the heat? Not anymore. The Cool D's Cold Steam Applier.
This is very Fallout-ish with its like old school black and white funny music in the background.
In the market. Say goodbye to stinky cheese crumbs. With this portable freezer, your meat and dairy will stay preserved until the end of time. Order now. Buy two, pay for three. Hot on the press, a must-have for every modern household. Introducing Clean D's Automatic Turpentine Cleanser. With our automatic turpentine cleanser, you wipe, swipe, clean, and shine every inch of your front yard. Order now. Limited stock available. Tired of feeling invisible? Grab yourself a brand new Mind D's self-aware attitude changer. Without a device in hand, making friends becomes mind-blowingly easy. You don't need to strain your brain. Mind D will do the thinking for you. Don't think, order before you come to your senses. Wishlist now, and we'll ring your bell when they're ready.
This game's only coming to Xbox? I don't, or maybe it's a time exclusive. Rocky Ford. Who are these people, anyways?
A clue, a lead. What more could a mouse detective want? Eureka! This is a real mouse changer. Time to play detective and connect the dots. Looks like we just hit the jackpot.
This looks awesome. I never saw this one before. Dude's holding the actual Xbox controller. That's pretty funny. I don't know if this is by the same guys who did Cuphead or not. It's very similar style for sure. But who is it by? Maybe I should just look it up. Playside? Did they make? These are the guys that made Cuphead. Playside. Nope. Kill Knight. Wait, is this the same? They made all these games? They made a Game of Thrones games? War for Westeros. They made a real-time strategy game. Or they're going to. So the same guys that made that Mouse PI game. That's weird. I don't know. I don't have Steam, so I play everything on console. That looks like a very cool game. And the animation looks so good. But also has that gumshoe noir style to it, the black and white. I wonder if it'll always be black and white, or there'll be some mode in it where it's like Mouse the game. Is this the official website for Mouse? Looks like it. Mouse PI for hire. Discord. I should join the Discord. Maybe sometimes you can get like a bonus if you join Discords. They'll be all like, they'll give you some type of like you could win something, or join this channel and you'll win a blah blah blah. Or maybe you'll win like a beta invite into the game, which would be too late likely as it comes out in like 5 days. I don't know why I'm watching this. Like, I'll join the Discord after. Oh, so it is coming. Okay, it is coming to PS5. Is it? It wasn't showing that before. I don't know. Xbox is making it look like it's on them, but it's coming to everything. Okay. Well, as they should, I guess. I don't know. Xbox is like still a little bit too like kumbaya with it's like, well, it's coming to PlayStation as well. Well, don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. Mouse PI for hire. Skip. Skip. Finish. Here's Playside's official website. Oh wait, do they have a deep documentary? Because that would be cool. Not, I would watch it now, but I would love to watch it later. Oh sweet. I won't watch that now, but I'll definitely watch that later. How long is it? 17 minutes? Okay. I won't watch that, but that's awesome. I'll definitely watch that later. I love little docs about that. So yeah, those are the things I was looking for, which I didn't know if they had or not. It just seems like they had a bunch of trailers. Oh, they got pricing, editions. Oh, I can't click on that? Okay. So there's a Mouseburg edition, but it's only on PS5, or is it on all of them? Or are they just like making it look like it's only on PS5? Because that would be poopy. That would be poop. I don't know. Not that I would buy it. I don't really. I'd have to really want a game to buy it. One of those like premium legendary editions. I've never wanted a game that much to buy. Like, I would do it for a game like Starfield, but even that I wouldn't. Like, I didn't do it. Don't even want a physical copy. It just takes up space. So that's a pretty full week of like tons of games that like no one's heard of or probably not even going to play, but more power to anyone getting a game in the Xbox store. But yeah, they do kind of have a lot of shovelware, as they like to call it. Shovelware. I feel like there were other things I was going to talk about, and then I forgot what they were because I didn't write it down for what I'm going to actually talk about, other than my earlier discussions, which I don't know if you were here for that or not. Oh yeah, they're like adding some new features. That's true. They had some improvements to achievements, which I I'm like, yeah, whatever. They just made them look red. They changed the color of how they look. They're usually green, but I don't know why they changed it to red, because green is kind of the official Xbox color. So why is it red? Or maybe you can just customize it. See, there we go again. Like, I ask a question, then I get an answer. So yeah, I guess you could change it to whatever color you want. I wonder if you could do it game by game. Like Super Meat Boy would be red, but another game could be blue. Or Crimson Desert would be red because Crimson is red. You could hide any game. So like, if you have a game that only has one achievement compared to a game that has like all of them, you're gonna like hide that, I guess. I was never the huge achievement person, so it's like whatever. Whether you want a cleaner look or just want to highlight what matters to you most. This puts your profile in your hands. This only affects how your profile appears. Hidden games will still count towards your total gamer score, and your activity in these games will be reported across Xbox. Really, one of the most requested features is to hide games from your achievement. That just seems like a tiny thing to me. But I don't care about achievements that much, so I guess. Yeah, so like, you have 8%, you're going to hide that one. You got 100, you're going to show that one. That's a little like cowardice. Like, oh, I don't want anyone to know that I only got 2% of a game. I was like, you care that much? I guess. So your hard work is easy to spot. Yeah, people are really going to pat you on the back for that. Hey, guy, hey, man, way to go. Way to get 100% in Gears of War Reloaded. Congratulations. Who's Master Great Axe? Is that a real person? Yes, it is a small but meaningful step, but at least Asha seems to be making some changes already. She's been impressing a lot of people as she's the new head after Phil and Sarah are gone. So a lot of people are saying, who's this new girl, Asha? Who's she? Where'd she come from? Asha Charmer. She's making some big changes already, hitting the ground running. So good for her. Changed the opinion of all the haters. I never had any opinion right away. I go wait for her to do stuff, and then here she is a month and a half later, already done a bunch of stuff. She could have just not done anything and essentially been like, we're gonna do stuff soon but not yet. But instead it's like she's coming out and making changes already. So good on her for that. I'm not part of the insider program. I'm not sure. Join the program today. Can anyone join it? So the program is its own separate app? But does it cost anything? Insider bundle. Launch the Insider Hub. Go to previews. Select the preview you want. Read the eligibility. So what would be the eligible terms? That's something that I will look into after. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe you have to pay to get into it, which would be, I don't know. Or maybe you need a certain many years with Xbox or a certain gamer score. I don't know. I've never tried. See, this is the Xbox Insider Reddit. Do you not have to be an insider to get access to that Reddit? Because clearly you're not. It just looks like you can just join. So that's cool. Not that it's a thing that's big deals to me personally, but I think they're changing the main screen again. I forget. I don't know. That's what mine looks like. So yeah, over here on Windows Central by the man Jez Gordon, part of the Xbox 2. Jez is great. I like Jez. Him and Rand are awesome. Xbox has a new CEO and new mandate, joining Windows 11 and prioritizing users' feedback. I like to full screen it. Microsoft All Up has been neglecting its customers for some time, arguably distracted by the Activision. Well, that's been like 2 years at least. And AI. That seemed to end in 2026 as Satya Nadella delegated some business operational roles. Either way, it seems Xbox and Windows are enjoying a renewed focus on customer feedback. Yeah, they said that they are opening a new department for just feedback, and I was like, well, why don't you already have that? It feels like that's something you should already have. Like a community manager, that's kind of what their job is. We are rocking and rolling on bringing new console features. What would you all want added? What's PS Platinum equivalent? I guess that's what they call Platinum if you get every trophy, as they call it, trophies for PlayStation instead of achievements. So, like, yeah, that's true. It feels more social now, it doesn't. Focus on social features, avatar, the activity feed. Yeah, this person's got a lot of good points, though. Whoever this Adam guy is, he's got some good points. Idle Sloth, I've seen that name before. Dashboard and HDR. So there's no black screen when launching games or switching back to the dashboard. What would that even change? Like the black screen is like what? Half a second? A millisecond? Not even the biggest deal. But I can click on that. 1,700 replies. But usually the ones that are highlighted because they're sensible. But aren't they going to be changing the home screen again? Someone was saying on the Xbox UI. That's what it looks like now, basically. I don't know. I don't care about UI changes, but I don't know why they got to keep doing it. It was fine as it was. People keep joking that Asher wants to go back to the blade style of the 360, but I think that's just a joke. Bring back being able to get your console captures through the PC app. Huh? Why wouldn't you be able to? I capture something on console and it uploads to the network, and then I can download it on my phone app. So are you saying they can't do that on the PC app? Because that would be stupid. That would be a very basic thing. You can download it off the internet. They do make it kind of hard to do it on your PC. I don't know why, because you can literally just use the Xbox app on your phone to download anything you've uploaded, any capture. But for some dumb reason, they make it harder on PC, which I don't get. Many requests also pertain to social features. What do you mean? Camera tools for party chat. I don't know. Do people even party chat? It seems like everyone just chats on Discord now and doesn't even bother with the chat through the actual console. Like with the headset it comes with. It seems like everyone just chats on Discord instead. I guess because like you don't have to be on Xbox specifically, perhaps. Allow picture-in-picture. They had that before and no one cared about it. They had that on the Xbox One and people were like, whatever. So this already existed. So someone wants to be able to watch YouTube or Discord. I don't know. I can do that. I do that with my tablet. I'll have it sitting next to me and have a live stream playing normally. And I'm like, that's my picture-in-picture right there. I don't want the whole screen blocked out. That, for me, I wouldn't like that. I just wanted to see the entire screen for gaming. My 55-inch screen, which is probably not even considered big anymore. Everyone's got to have that. I got a 75-inch TV. That's too big. Also, I know this will never happen, but ultra wide and multi-screen support would be cool, even if it would only apply to future games. Yeah, it is exciting. People are just still constantly saying Xbox is dead. I'm like, no, Xbox is the only one doing anything. So I don't get how anyone could even say that, but obviously it's only the pony saying that. At the end of the day, that's all they really have. We're not getting any games, so let's just talk about Xbox is dying. No. But I thought they were going to do some new UI changes. Maybe that's not what is happening. But, yeah. I'm close to wrapping it up here. I need to go to the bathroom again. Too much coffee and water right before the show, and then I need to keep wanting to go to the bathroom. This is the same article. We are rocking. Yeah, this is the one. This is the latest article. Not every what the fuck Microsoft moment is a slam dunk. This is an article from 2 days ago as well, also by Jess Gordon. Xbox are prioritizing user feedback, but why now? It can't help but be suspicious. It smells a bit like panic. Oh, is that what their stock is doing? That looks pretty bad. Sam Altman's OpenEye operation went from being a golden goose to a rotting turkey. And it might be why Windows and Xbox are suddenly important again. Were they not always important? What else does Microsoft have besides Windows and Xbox? That's their two biggest things. That's all really what it is for in general. I mean, they make whatever's too, laptops. Microsoft is actually starting to listen. Years of Series X being ignored, bereft of updates. Microsoft began issuing a flurry of new Xbox updates and was rapid-fire style. Is this the article I was just reading? No. This one's from a month ago, almost. I wonder if this is a thing that's rolled out yet. More control over quick resume for games that need a fresh launch. Well, I don't think I need to go any more into this, but yeah, I think it's time to wrap it up. Anyone who's still in the chat, Noble Bull or whoever, thank you so much for being here. Like and subscribe if you're new here. Drop a comment, drop a like on the show after. But that's it for episode 12 of Tgan Live. Thanks for watching. Keep gaming.